Hello, you are live. I'm live right now on the internet. All right, well, we're doing a taste challenge right now, or I should say I'm doing one. You're watching. Oh, man. I see that some of the guys I talk to are doing a hangout, but I can't do that right now. I'm doing, this is a scheduling reason. We have this week. We did this morning the Canadian Whiskey Challenge, Windsor Canadian versus Seagram's VO Gold. Turned out exactly like I expected. VO Gold won, but it wasn't a mismatch. VO Gold's twice as much. It seemed like it deserved to win. I could tell them apart. Easy. Tomorrow is no challenge. That's just a vodka day. And then Tuesday is Windsor Canadian versus one of those other Canadian whiskeys I have. It doesn't matter. I have it written down. I think it's Black Velvet. And then Wednesday is another dissipation day. And then Thursday is the Black Velvet Reserve versus Windsor Canadian. Friday, another dissipation day. And then Saturday is a taste challenge, which would be Triple Crown versus Heir to the Throne. Oh, man, that could be scary. And then this is going to be a makeup because I forgot to do this one. This is going to be a Sunday slot. I have to do it because of scheduling reasons. Then the week after this coming week, I plan to do Windsor Canadian versus didn't take a nap. Gibson's. Yikes. Gibson's has been very unfavorable, I'm afraid. Okay, so I did a whole bunch of American blended whiskeys. I did Triple Crown versus everybody. But then I realized, you had the Ancient Age in the other cabinet and you forgot to do it. I felt bad, but I said, I got to do a makeup date. So I may as well do it now. And then I say Wednesday and Friday is dissipation days. But I think they're actually going to be rum days. Captain Morgan versus Bacardi versus something and Bacardi versus something. So, and then we'll get into the next one, which will be Castillo versus everybody. So, okay. All right. So, now this had to be the Sunday slot just to make up. So this should have been done a month ago. This is a liter bottle of Ancient Age preferred blended whiskey, carefully blended according to the finest old traditions. Sazerac Company, Kentucky whiskey, 20% Kentucky whiskey. What Kentucky whiskey? Well, you know it's almost invariably Ancient Age. Straight Kentucky bourbon whiskey. And 80% the finest grains. In other words, corn liquor. Clear, odorless, colorless corn distillate. Okay, moonshine, in other words. Okay, what is it colored? This one I'm not sure about. It's pretty light. Look how light that is. I have the shade closed because of glare. I can crack it a little bit, I guess, a little bit more because of cloudiness. Yeah, it might work. Still glare, but it's light. It's in the bottle at least 4 years. There's no age statement, meaning the straight whiskey is at least 4 years. I don't know about that corn distillate, the grain neutral spirits. That could be fresh, young, unaged, 80 proof corn liquor. Okay, but whatever the case, it just doesn't seem like it has coloring added. Now we got the weird triple clown. That'll be a good one. Triple Crown. Introduced in 2013. This is the older label. The new label, you'll notice, has a little bit more fancy design, but I didn't see it. I didn't buy it. I'm not about to go run and look for it. Another one that's kind of light looking, it's not a whole lot of darkness, which is a good sign that it's not colored. Now, this company, they're funny, McCormick, product of the United States of America, certified with exceptional North American grain. 80-20 blend, 2 years old. 2 years is the minimum for Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. Now, they're telling you on the website they're using older bourbon, yeah, but the youngest one they use is a 2-year aged in the blend. You know the law. You have to go with the youngest whiskey. You could have a 200-year-old whiskey in here, but if you used a 2-year in the blend, you'd have to go with the 2-year statement. Not my law. That's the law of the United States. Sound like a reasonable law to me. Let people know that there's some young whiskey in here, 2 years. Triple Crown. Interesting product. Yeah, see, the new label has these crossed hatches, almost like Argyle. What do they call that? I don't know. Something. And it has these barrels. Instead of crowns, it has a number of barrels, not just 3 either at the top. Okay. And then there's like a photo of barrels. This one has no photo. Oh, well, I'm not going to worry about labeling. Although you can kind of get into that labeling, like get caught up in it. Smooth and balanced from first pour to finish. Triple Crown is a true American whiskey blend. This is, in fact, they're not lying there. It is a true whiskey blend because it's American blended whiskey. Refined with you in mind. No matter how hard you try, there are some things you just can't hurry. And one of them is making a great whiskey. That's why we adopted the patient, this is funny, the patient practices of our founding distillers, crafted at a historic distillery. This is actually true, with over 160 years of bourbon making experience. True story. Triple Crown's flavor matures throughout the changing Midwest seasons, allowing the whiskey to soak up the rich, smoky undertones of the charred oak barrels where it rests. All true, all true. Now, aged in charred casks, Triple Crown's body is full of rich oaky undertones. True. Warm vanilla nose. The smooth and light, subtle sweetness of Triple Crown arrives most notably in the nose. Rich vanilla and a touch of caramel to light the senses and add depth to Triple Crown's full-bodied flavor. A long, creamy finish imparts a spicy yet smooth final touch to Triple Crown's superior blended flavor. Now, I'm not too sure about all that. Then they say Triple Crown on the rocks. More Triple Crown. Now, here's the part where you want to get down into it, where people don't bother scrolling down, perhaps. 80% grain neutral spirits. Ooh. 20% straight bourbon whiskeys, 2 years old, contains oak extract. Ah, chihuahua. Hubba bubba. Well, yeah, oak extract. Right. What is oak extract? Like literally they squeeze oak bark and oak wood and get this juice out of it. Okie dokie. Well, forget the Sazerac website. There's nothing there. So is this as exotic as they claim? Not exactly. But I don't care. I only paid $3.99 for this bottle, $3.99. So who cares? You might. I don't. Now, David Garlipe came over earlier. Oh, we did so many reviews, and then he wanted to leave, which he's just like me. I can't wait. My favorite thing to do when I go somewhere is to go home. But he was saying, let's try this, let's try that. And then but we weren't too thrilled with what we tried. The first one was an A minus. The second one we reviewed was a B. The third one we reviewed was almost like a D. It was bad. The fourth one we reviewed actually went up to an A. It was an oddball product. But you might say, what was the A? The first one you did. What was the first one you did? The A. Oh, you'll have to wait. But you'll be shocked. You might not be shocked knowing us. But after he left, right when he left, he said, I got to go to Food for Less. I got to go to Food for Less to get that Bud Ice. He's like me, you know, obsessed with the Bud Ice at Food for Less. You can get a 6-pack of pint cans for $4.37. Repeating, $4.37. Nice, huh? Everybody else has it for $6. True story. This is a true story. Looking forward to watching those reviews, says Craig. Oh, no, I got such a... Hey, Craig, thanks for watching. I have such a backlog right now. It's madness. It's like Taylor Swift. You know, it's like mad love. All right. Now, this is... Don't blame me. I can't help it. It's a gift. Ancient Age. Ooh, preferred. Who prefers it? Well, I don't know. Blended whiskey. Carefully blended according to the finest old traditions. Yeah. It's so exquisite, you know, it's so exotic. That's why it was $8.99 for this bottle, you know, because it's so fantastic. Yeah, probably not. Now, the interesting thing, they do have it, or they did have it listed on the Sazerac website before they had their great changeover where their website went dormant and there's no updates for the last 5 months, kind of like Pabst. But Pabst's been doing it for 3 years. I mean, they just showed bottle shots and, you know, pictures that they had photographed, obviously, at that Jefferson Parish, Louisiana warehouse on Highway 90, which has the largest whiskey, bourbon, rum, brandy, liqueur section I've ever seen. This is a huge place. This is not some normal warehouse. You know what I mean? In other words, you know your warehouse is big when they build a U.S. highway to go around it. Like it doesn't go straight. It stops at the warehouse, goes directly south, and then goes west again, or vice versa the other way. I was like, now that's some clout. They don't tell you build your warehouse around the highway. No, they build the highway around the warehouse. But it's pretty obvious they just took the bottle shots there. But I called them about the website. They said, well, we have our internet people working on it. I'm thinking to myself, well, I could have done that. Wouldn't it take me 5 months? I don't even have expertise. But I know they bought 36 new brands in 2018. They probably want to revamp the website. I know they have the Sazerac experience coming up in October 2019, which is going to be the interactive free museum in New Orleans, the cocktail museum. So they probably want to do a big rollout, grand reopening sort of thing, you know, blah, blah, blah. But the funny thing about Sazerac is if you get on there, you can look this up, greatbourbons.com website. One word, greatbourbons.com www.greatbourbons.com. They say, oh, at Buffalo Trace, we make so many great bourbons. I'll go along with that. And then, but they show Ancient Age Preferred. No, they show Ancient Age, the 3-year age. They show Ancient Age 90 proof. That's the strong one. Whoa, I bought a bottle in Meridian, Mississippi. Ain't never seen that in Louisiana. And then they don't even bother showing the Preferred. I know they're embarrassed. They don't want to show this. But the funny thing is they say Ancient Age was introduced in 1946. And all these decades later, we blah, blah, blah. So I started researching. I called the company. I said, well, no, I emailed them. I said, well, you know, your date is wrong. The lady said, what do you mean? I said, well, it came out in 1936, not 46. She said, no, how do you where do you get this information? I said, well, I'll tell you. You say that Ancient Age came out in 1946. Well, I have trademark registration information that clearly shows 1936 and even gives the month and the date. Not only that, I have a number of magazine advertisements and newspaper advertisements clearly showing 1936. Now, I don't know what else to tell you. And she's like, oh, well, I never got a response after that, and they never updated the website. Now, I don't even care if they update it. If they want to say it came out in 1946, it makes no difference to me. I'm sure nobody even cares. But it actually did come out in 1936. They're 10 years off. You say, well, how could a big company make a mistake like that? I don't know. Ask Anheuser-Busch how they made a mistake. I remember 10 years ago, they were saying that Bud Ice came out in 1984, blah, 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 blah. I said, 84? What? It was 94. So I got all my documents together, and I had them together, believe me. Believe me. So I wrote an email to Anheuser-Busch. Oh, well, what do you mean 84? How can you? They said, what do you mean 94? It was 84. I said, no, it was 94. I'm telling the company, you make the product. You don't know what year you made it? So I sent all the documents to them, attachments. You know how that works. They about 2 days later, they said, oh, we reviewed the documents. You're right. We'll fix it. About 2 weeks later, no, a week later, everything else got changed on Anheuser-Busch, 1994. No, so can a consumer get a company to change? Apparently so. I did it once at least. Tried to do it twice, but Sazerac's kind of hard-headed, you know. But they're very helpful to locate a bourbon or a rum or whatever. If you're trying to find one of their products, I'm telling you right now, call them up. They will track it down for you. And I mean, they'll tell you the store. They'll even tell you the last time the store sold it. These people are not playing games. Their website is trash, but their ability to help you is platinum. All right. Same color, amber or burnished gold. Yes, yes, yes. Craig Swinson said, oh yeah, I already read that. Tyler says, watching with a Rainier. Oh, Mount Rainier. I didn't like Rainier, but I would like to try the Rainier ale, 7% ale. People said that's no longer made. That's no longer made. Well, you never know with Pabst. You know what I mean? I think Pabst has a portfolio. They don't even know what they have. I'll be right back. I need some water. Pabst puts out stuff. I don't even think they're aware that they make it. So I would not discount that. I would not say that Rainier ale is unavailable. More than likely, you can't find it. And it's no longer made. But. One time, Pabst told me you can't get Schaefer in a bottle. They told me this point blank. We no longer make Schaefer in a bottle. I was like, oh, okay. About a year later, I was like, yeah, maybe you're wrong. Notice the shape. Listen to the sound. You ever heard a can that looked? You ever seen a can that looked or sounded like that? Right, a bottle. So, you should believe what a company tells you and then check it out yourself, because you might find things that they claim they're not. All right, Craig says, never had a Rainier. I'm enjoying a couple of Goose IPAs. I had a number of people tell me you need to revisit Goose in India Pale Ale, Goose Island, and you need to do a group review with David, or do a review. And I said, you know, actually, I agree with that. I think Goose Island IPA is a fantastic beer. Does it have flaws? Well, it may have flaws. I'd like to know what they are. I've never noticed any. FACP monitoring says, Ron, is YouTube still planning on getting rid of the group sessions on August 1st? Yes. If so, do you have some scheduled this week? I really enjoy them. Well, we have Wildcard Wednesday. I don't know what's going to happen, FACP. FACP, you need to contact me on Alcohol Eggs because you apparently live in the New Orleans area. We could get connected. But I mean, if you want to, you may not. You might want to remain anonymous. I understand if you do. You're pleasant, nice, kind-hearted. So I can deal with people like that if they want to remain anonymous. I got a problem with these anonymous people. I got an attitude issue. You know, I'm going to tell you what you need to do. And I'm like, well, who are you? You don't need to know that. I'm anonymous. I use a fake name and I don't show my face. I was like, okay, well, guess what? I ain't talking to you. Because I use my real face and my real name. My favorite series is the Dawn Busters. It's like morning talk radio. I usually listen while driving to work or the store in my truck, or to the store in my truck. Yeah, I agree with that. I like it too. I like to listen to it as I'm actually broadcasting it. And I'm not being cheeky about it. I like it. I like the concept. I didn't really come up with Dawn Busters. I sort of like stole the idea, but hey. I picked up some Abita honeysuckle at Winn-Dixie today. Have you tried it? It was a good price. No, but FACP, but I did buy a single bottle this morning after going to 7:30 a.m. Mass. We got out of church at 8:28, maybe 8:27, 6. And I went to Mathern's and I bought the honeysuckle. And I bought the, what's the other one I bought? Man. Oh yeah, I bought some bacon. Yeah, I'm not gonna do a bacon review. They had a special and I had a coupon, a digital coupon, so I got it so cheap. I don't have Facebook or Twitter. I don't like social media. I just have this YouTube for my business email. Well, I can understand not liking social media. It's very insidious. You can meet some people that come across real nice and kind-hearted, and they're like, hey, let's hang out and talk about beer. And I'm like, okay. But watch out. It's like the Beach Boys said in that song, hold on to your ego. Brian Wilson knew about that. He said, they come on like they're peaceful, but inside they're so uptight. Same thing I've encountered on Facebook. Like, let's be friends. You want to be friends on Facebook? I was like, okay, I'm friendly. Why not? And then they come back later. I'm gonna block you because you made this political statement I don't like. I was like, what does that have to do with beer? You don't even know me. You didn't come to me and say, oh, I completely agree with your political, geopolitical, your American political, your geopolitical, and your historical and government positions. Let's be friends. Who does that? No one agrees on all these things. You know, and nobody comes to me and says, let's be friends with these following disclaimers. A, if we in any way disagree on religion, I will unfriend and block you. Secondly, don't ever insult me in any way, intentional or unintentionally, or I will block you. Thirdly, if we in any way disagree on politics, history, government, psychology, and or food choices, I will immediately block or unfriend you. And I was like, well, why does this attract people like this? Okay, Tyler says, I would drink Rainier more often, but whoever packages it gets this back grease on the cans, and it comes in every 12 pack. It shouldn't be there on a food product. I don't think I would want a canned beer with black grease on it at all. Okay, let's get down to the nitty gritty, the brass tacks. Let's get down to ground zero. Talking about brass tacks, he joined my videos for like 1.5 reviews, hangouts, and then he inexplicably disappeared midway through a video. So brass tacks, you got to rejoin. We're trying to figure out what's going on around here. This is very sourdough. Like literally, if you go and get a Linder's sourdough bagel, or whatever brand, doesn't matter, Taylor, I think that's another brand. They'll have this sourdough bagel smell. This has that. There's a little wood, charred wood, some dried flowers, like dried, you go, they have these dried flowers. Sometimes it would be in a bag like a potpourri, but this was without the spices. Okay. Does it have the candied fruitcake fruit like you get in the Mylar bags for like Thanksgiving? Kind of has that, like cherry, like the dried, the like dehydrated cherries that you would put in a fruitcake. It does have all those, and that's making me think it's ancient age, because ancient age is sort of like overly complex for what you pay. Like you pay $8.99 and you say, no, it shouldn't be that much. It's almost like they misbottled it, but of course they did not. This over here, a lot of wood. Kind of a toothpick wood type thing. Not really dried fruit, maybe dried flowers. There may be some banana peel. Like, you know how like if you were to buy some really overripe bananas, black, they're starting to leach out like the liquid. You say, oh, the store says we're just going to throw them away. They might just give them to you, like a store might say, you can have it, but don't come back over here later complaining. Oh, I'm not going to complain. And you make banana pudding with it. So, none of the people eating the pudding would notice anything wrong, because that's generally what they use for banana pudding. So it has some sort of like that banana skin, like that little tart, that banana, what do they call it in England? Banana toffee thing. Yeah. But the thing about this one, I'm getting a little rye spice in the nose. A little pepper. And, well, remember what we learned? Remember we learned that a calling card of Sazerac, meaning Buffalo Trace, if you see Frankfort, Kentucky, where this comes from, remember what we learned, that that's a calling card of Buffalo Trace, that kind of pepper note. So now I might be retracting what I said earlier. I thought that was the ancient age, but I'm thinking this might be the ancient age. I picked up a Western Sun vodka mule the other day. Uh-oh. Yes, I reviewed it. Have you done a review of this one yet? Yes, I didn't really love that. Western Sun, one of the three I had was good. One of the three I had was barely average. And the third of the third was kind of so-so. 10%. Well, if you want a 10% pre-mixed, ready to drink canned product, I think the Club Tails is much better. Cheaper too. A good deal cheaper. 2 for $3 right now on special around here. And you get more. You don't get 12 ounces, you get 16 ounces. It's more robust, has a better developed flavor. Now you might say, oh, well, Western Sun is made with vodka. The Club Tail's made with beer. Yes, I understand. But in a practical sense, it doesn't really matter, because they're taking that beer and they're distilling it to be like vodka. Now, I don't know why they would do that, why they would take a beer and distill it to be clear, odorless, flavorless, colorless, like a vodka. Might be cheaper. This I do not know. It might, well, it seems to, so to speak, suck in the flavors better and the aroma, like it holds them better than the vodka. Like the vodka might be too thin-bodied, might not have as much absorbent qualities. So it seems to me, from my experimentation with these, that the Club Tails holds the flavor better, and then contrawise presents the flavors in a much better way. So, but that's just me talking. Was it too sweet? Well, it was pretty sugary. FACP. It was like a can of sugar. Club Tails, does Mathern's carry this? Oh yes, certainly they do, and they've got them 2 for $3 right now. 2 for $3. Maybe we'll cross paths in there one day. I'm not saying I got some kind of fixation on meeting up with you. I'm not. I'm not like that. If you just wanted to comment on my channel and never let me know who you were, and you live around here, I wouldn't care. I'm just saying if you wanted to. That's how me and David met, because we were members of the Church of the Sacred Brew, and he liked to try different beers out, and I did, and he was like, "Well, where do you live?" "Oh, okay. Well, maybe we could meet up and just talk about this." And I said, "Okay." I didn't know the guy 3 years ago from anybody, but we did, and we kind of had the same kind of viewpoints on beer, like the same mindset, and so it worked out very well. Because you had the same attitude I did. Just try stuff out, see what we think. Like not get too fixated on it. It's not a political cause. It's not some great goal. It's just trying stuff. You try it, you tell what you think about it, and you try the next thing. And he had the same attitude. And I'm like, that's what I like. This fanaticism, I can't get into that, So we got along very well with that. He said, I'm at Mathern's every Saturday morning doing my weekly beer shopping. Okay. Well, I don't usually go there on Saturday, but although I did go there today, Sunday. I went there at 8:30. So maybe we'll cross paths. If you see me, you'll recognize me. You watch me on the video. Then you can say, hello, I'm FACP monitoring, whatever that means. Cheers, Ronald, says Jeremy. Hey, cheers to you, Jeremy. I'm trying to get a handle on these 2 whiskeys, I don't want to go on too long, but I hit Rouse's and sometimes Dornax during the week. I'm the same way. I was at Dornax yesterday. I bought that Walters Hefeweizen. And I told David, look, I bought a wheat beer. He's like, oh, I hate wheat beers. I don't want to try that. I said, well, if you hate them. Ancient age reminds me of corn and strong alcohol aroma. That's a good assessment. That's actually a very good assessment, because that's basically what it is. Okay, well, I got to taste them. I've been talking. I ain't been drinking. So off memory of having it, yeah. Now, I really want to try the Ancient Age 90 proof. We've been playing around with these 80 proofs. David and I did a review of Ancient Age Preferred 80 proof, actually. He was favorable. And then there's the Ancient Age Straight Bourbon 80. But he saw that bottle. He said, whoa. I said, yeah, 90 proof. Aged longer. Aged, what, 6 years? He said, whoa. He said, where'd you buy that? He said, I've never seen it around here. I said, they don't sell it here. They sell it. I bought it in Meridian, Mississippi. He said, but you only think of yourself. Well, yeah, because, I'm not buying everybody all kind of liquor. I said, wow, I just bought it. And anyway, go to his apartment and look in his cabinet and ask me if he needs to buy more liquor. Now you might say, look in your cabinet and ask me, oh, well, why you want to nitpick? Yeah, I don't need any more liquor. That cabinet is like madness. I told him today, I said, don't judge me. I opened the cabinet. I said, don't judge me. He laughed. I said, I'm not buying any more liquor, unless I like Crown Royal. But, yeah, enough's enough. Well, okay, now I really think I've got it. Because I just picked up a very distinct corn. Is it cornbread? Cornbread? Corn something. You know, corn. Go to the store, buy some Libby's corn. You know, corn. I mean, we're assuming no sodium in it in the liquor. But whoa. And that sour mash, it's undeniable. I think they say on the back they use sour mash. Don't they say somewhere they use sour mash whiskey on there? Or is that the Heaven Hill blended? Yeah, Heaven Hill. Whoa. That's fire. You got to watch this. This stuff is, I guess that's why they sell those big 1.75 milliliter. I mean, milliliter, be that like that big. It'd be like, be the tiniest thing you ever saw. It'd be one drop. The 1.75 liter. Saw it yesterday at Winn-Dixie, $18.99 for 1.75, 1,750 milliliters. Now, the people buy Ancient Age and drink it and think it and talk about it in all these long videos. You know they don't. You know they don't. They buy it and they do mixed drinks. You know that, and they probably mixing it with RC Cola, drinking it out the can. You know what I'm talking about. Have you ever been to Canada? Says Luke Woodford. Yes, I've been to Canada many times. In fact, and I've been to 5 Canadian provinces. I've been to Ontario, Quebec, Prince Edward Island, or as the Canadians say, PEI. I've been to New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. Yep, been to half out of 10. But I haven't been to any territories. I mean, I haven't been to Northwest Territories or Nunavut or any of those type of things. I haven't even been to any United States territories except for the District of Columbia. You say, well, that's a district, not a territory. Well, I mean, it's the same thing. It's just a different name for it. Yeah, this one has a weird. That's the thing that makes you know what you're doing, because the Triple Crown has this weird oak. It's like an oak juice. Like when you drink it, you say, no way, this could be aged 2 years and have this rich oak flavor. Correct. It doesn't. And you say, well, I had some smoked sausage and it tasted very smoky. You ever looked at the package carefully? It says oak. It says smoke flavor added. Right. And this says oak extract added. Well, next question. Which one tastes better? Well, the price is not comparable because I got a strange price, honestly. If you buy a regular bottle of Triple Crown, $7.50, that square bottle, beautiful bottle, by the way, would look nice as a gift. Now, it would look nice as a gift, honestly. People might like that. But, I mean, you know, $21, yeah, $21. We're talking about $21 for a $7.50, all right? As opposed to $8.99 for triple, for Ancient Age. Now, what would you rather pay, $8.99 or 21? Now, I don't know what people would think if you gave them a box of this for a gift, Ancient Age. They might think, Ancient Age? You know, just might look at you strange, like, why are you giving me this? Looks kind of cheap. In a way, it's kind of like, you know what I mean? Looks like a medicine bottle, sort of like. It's peculiar. Like a commodity product. You know what I mean? Like, this is not a gift bottle. You say it's an old drunk bottle. That's what old drunks drink. Probably. But then why would they pay $8.99 for this when they could get McCormick for $5.99 and it's the same ABV? Kind of like, nah. I don't think drunks are drinking it. $7.50. You say, no, it's the discerning drunks. Oh, okay. Not the Skid Row. You never had Triple Crown. Well, I could say you ain't missing nothing, but you are missing something. It's kind of strange. It's a bit peculiar. Is it like fantastic $21 worth? Oh, I don't think so. I would have never paid $21 for that bottle. No way. I saw it for a couple of years for $21 for that 750, and I was like, ain't no way I'm buying that. And I can go to Mathern's right now and buy blended whiskey. American blended whiskey, 80-20 blend. All that. $21 a bottle. 2, 3, 4 brands. At least two brands. Rebecca Creek is one, and the other one is Texas. Or whatever. I say, no, I'm not paying that. Now, when I got this for $3.99, I figured, what the heck, I'll buy it. So that's 4 and 4 is 8. Okay. All right. All right. Which one tastes better? You know, this one here, this Ancient Age without the oak extract. And it's good to let these things breathe. I mean, my friend David, he's kind of like me. Like, he doesn't have a lot of patience. Like, if I go to his house, I'm like, okay, let's go. I got to leave. I got to get home and do inconsequential things. But this one has like a more developed nose. You know what I mean? Like, well, it is aged at least 4 years. It's like, I say like, simile. I don't know what it is. I'm saying what it's like. I tell you what, it's got a pretty strong oak. White oak, I don't know. Char, yeah. I mean, I'm not sitting here talking about how fabulous it is. It's nothing like that, but it's a little better than you would actually believe it to be. Can throw you a little bit. All right, I'm going to give it an assessment. Would I buy the Ancient Age again? I would buy it again in theory. In theory. Triple Crown. I would not buy it because the price is too high. You know, the payout doesn't match the payoff. Now, if you're like me and you run across this ridiculously low price of $4, or in my case, $3.99 for this 375, obviously buy it. I told my friend David, I said, whoa, oh, what do we have here on your counter? Triple Crown. He said, now he's a guy that would like openly attack blended whiskey without any reservation. I said, whoa, that looks like a blended whiskey. He said, wow, it was $4. I said, $4. Yeah, River Ridge discount. I said, so you bought some, huh? Well, yeah, you could go right now and buy some. I was like, oh. I said, I was giving him a hard time. I said, notice that the bottle is only half full. He said, I've been drinking it. You know, hey. Well, hey. I said, hey. How about that? But he didn't sit down and do a video review either, did he? Not that he has a channel. Cole Carey says, drinking a Columbus IPA from Columbus Brewing Company bottle 4 days ago. Ooh. Rated world class on Beer Advocate. It's outstanding. Well, of course, I'd love to try it, but chances are I never will, since I've never seen a product from Columbus Brewing. Yeah, this is pretty obvious. I thought it was going to be harder than it was, but it isn't really. It's pretty obvious that sorry for the length of the video. We're just hanging out talking. You can just not watch it. You know, it's easy. Beer Advocate says the beer I'm drinking is a 65 out of 100. I'm thinking a 65 out of 100 is a D, meaning it's bad. I didn't think Rainier was bad, but I didn't think it was good. No, I thought it was C minus. I'm sorry to say that. I just didn't like it. Now, Olympia, that originated in the same area, Portland, Seattle area. Oh, that was a beauty. That was a beautiful beer. And they had the Olympia Dry. I bought that in Baton Rouge, Louisiana in 1998. The Dry Olympia, Dry. Oh, that was a jewel, a jewel, a jewel. I would be more than happy to send you some free, of course, gratis, of course. Well, Cole, I hate to see people spend time and money to send me beer, and I'm serious about that. I just don't see that it's worth it. Tyler Mansell says, I can get Olympia. If I was looking to drink a mass-produced, or, well, I don't know about mass-produced as far as Olympia, beer, and I would be because I buy them incessantly, I think Olympia would be one of those that I would very readily pick up. Now, I would prefer the Olympia Dry, but since it's no longer produced, that would be kind of hard to drink. There's no doubt. There is no way. And I mean, I'm telling y'all right now, there is no way, no how I can get these wrong. I'm guaranteeing this. This is a guaranteed review. And I don't make too many guarantees, but I'm guaranteeing you right now that this is Ancient Age. And here we go. Got it. Got him. Got him. I knew I was going to get it. There's no doubt. I mean, they don't even taste. They really don't taste similar. They taste like whiskey. Like, yeah. But now you might say, well, whiskey's like this. The standard deviation is really not that different from the norm, from the mean. Yeah. All right. But these two there's a lot of wiggle room in that little band, and they wiggle in a lot. They're wiggling a lot. So, which one would I pick? I think probably Ancient Age is more authentic in the sense that it's not using oak extract. They're using 4-year age bourbon, Ancient Age. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm sorry, McCormick. No knock against Missouri, but yeah, I have to go with the Ancient Age. Yeah, I think it's a little bit better product. Oh boy, don't get caught saying that on the streets. Yeah. Yeah, that's a little better. So, well, anyway, that's the way it goes. So tomorrow is Taka 100 vodka, so that's not going to be a broadcast, so forget that. Then we got the broadcast Tuesday morning at Dawn Busters. Yes, Windsor. Be fascinating. Wednesday, another one. Ooh. Okay. Wednesday could be a Bacardi versus, or it could be a Castillo. So don't be shocked if you see a rum taste challenge show up out the blue on Tuesday or Wednesday. Don't be shocked. Thursday, another Canadian extravaganza. And again, don't be shocked if you see a rum diary, a rum challenge. It'll be, white rum. Yeah. And then Saturday morning, more Canadian. But we're getting to the end of that. And then what's coming up? Well, I mean, I tell you what, it's pretty exciting. It's going to be either bourbon or scotch. I'm going to let y'all call it. It'll be either a bourbon, a straight bourbon, not blended, a straight bourbon whiskey or a blended scotch. And I got 2 beautiful blended scotch whiskeys ready to roll. I mean, they're raring to go. They're on fire. We talking about Chivas Regal, no joke. And we talking about Johnny Walker. So, and then the bourbons. I have so many bourbons, you would lose your mind if you came in here. So that is ready. That'll be ready to roll when August gets here. And I mean, it's going to be serious. We talking about some major league, serious, get down to it, thinking it, drinking it, bourbon or blended scotch taste challenges. I mean, it's going to be real in. Beer Advocate says Olympia is 63 out of 100. My point is Beer Advocate makes no sense. 63 out of 100. Oh, Lord, that's impossible. That's an impossibility. That cannot happen. If 63 out of 100 matches Olympia, I'll send people money. There's no way. That's impossible. Olympia is a good beer, and good means at least 80. At least 80. So we're talking about they 17 percentage points off. At least 17 percentage points off, and it was probably a good deal worse than that. So just goes to show you. All right, thanks for watching this video production. Well, I kind of predicted it would be a fascinating taste challenge. Ancient Age, which I always was favorable towards, and Triple Crown, which I don't hate. I don't hate it. But I had a feeling Ancient Age was going to win, and it did. So, well, hey, there you go. Thanks for watching this video production. Cole Carey says, I understand, but as someone with 10,000 subscribers and a man whose opinion on beer I respect, I would really enjoy your perspective on our local whale. I can well afford to send you a 6er. Yeah, that's what that guy, Chris Cook said. He just kept harping on it. I'm going to send you this beer. It's hardly a, what do you say? It's hardly a inconvenience or something like that. I said, all right, I'll give you my address. A week later, no beer comes in. I said, where's the beer? Oh, payday. You know how that goes. I'm going to get it right out to you from Kansas. I said, okay. I know it doesn't take but 2 days to go from Kansas to Louisiana. Nothing comes in. A week later, I said, pretty excited about that beer. Oh, yeah, working on that. I said, good. But I knew already nothing was going to ever come in. I mean, I knew that after 1 week, there's nothing coming in. I'm not stupid. If you tell me you're going to send me a beer and it takes a week and nothing comes in, there ain't nothing coming. But I said, I'll just play along with it, you know, just to drag it out. So he keeps playing these little games. And remember, he approached me. I never asked for any Kansas beer, Wichita beer. So then he says, oh, yeah, I'm looking into it. This is like a month in. A month. I'm looking into that, says Christopher Kux, K-U-X. Real name? I don't know. I think so. Nothing. He says, you ever tried this beer from Kansas? I said, no, I never heard of it. Next thing I know, blocked on Facebook. I said, wow. They have some real sick maniacs on the internet. It's like, man, if you couldn't afford to send it to me, all you had to say was, I made a mistake. I can't really afford it right now. If I don't send it, are you going to be upset? I would have said no. But I tried to tell you from the get-go not to send it, right? No? So that's where I'm dealing with, Cole Carey. I've had this experience like incessantly over the years. But to be fair, I'm on Alcohol Eggs on Facebook. Tyler knows what I'm talking about. He knows about Alcohol Eggs. Alcohol Eggs. I'm there. You can hit me up. We'll talk. If you want to send me some beer, I'll be glad to review it. I like to review beers from various parts of the country, especially Wales. I try to be fair. I'm always going to be fair. I don't play favorites. I'm not part of any kind of cause or hidden agenda. And I'll do it. But you know, had a few bad experiences over the years, and I think you can understand that. All right, thanks for watching this video production.